Hey there, here's my review video of this Wuben X0 or X0 flashlight. Here's just a quick unboxing, kind of showing you what you're going to get when you order this. Get a manual here, the USB-C charging cable. It also comes with a couple of these O-rings, and here's the manual. And you'll see in the manual has a couple different pages. Really, this is the most important page. This one's also kind of important on battery life. And then the last page just kind of shows you like warranty information. Now, in full transparency, I do want to thank Wuben for providing this light so I could take a look at it. It's the flashlight. You'll notice a little warning that says the flashlight is locked by default. To charge, it's very simple. Simply take your USB-C cable, plug it in there. You're good to go. It's very simple to turn this on. You simply push the button once, it turns off, push it once, and it turns on. Now, if you want to make it brighter, you push and hold the button and it will cycle through 4 different modes. So I was on low before, low, medium, medium, high. If you want to go into turbo mode, which is like the super bright, you push it twice and it goes super bright. It'll only be super bright for like, like a minute. And then it will drop back down. But yeah, if you want to turn it on or off, you simply push the button once. Now, the more advanced modes like the SOS and the strobing is a little bit tricky. You had to like push it twice while it's turned off. It'll go into strobe and push it twice again. And then it goes into the SOS mode. And if you push it once, it goes off. And then to go back into those 4 different modes, you just tap it once. It'll go back to whatever mode you had it in previously. And if you want to turn it off, you just push it once. So on a daily basis, if you figure out what level of brightness you like, you simply tap it once, the light comes on, goes back to whatever setting you use, you do your task, you push it once, turns off. Now, I really like that about the brightness modes. The clip is really well made. The clip itself is very thick metal. I don't feel like that is going to break. Just want to showcase here that this light is about 2¼ inches tall and about, I don't know, an inch thick, approximately. The magnet is really strong. So I would say most flashlights can't hold on to just the edge of this ruler, and this grabs onto it just fine. I will say the magnet is so strong that I did scratch the bottom of this as a minor scratch. So just a heads up that, might get some wear and tear on that magnet. It is really strong. When looking at flashlights, the number you want to look for is the watt hours. The milliamp hours don't really matter because you multiply milliamps times volts, and that's how you end up with watt hours. So lever, this right here is a little bit weird because you feel like this should be like a waterproof seal for that USB port, though it's waterproof down to like a few feet for a few minutes or something. So if it's getting rained on, I think it's fine. I wouldn't use it like scuba diving or snorkeling. But it's a simple USB-C cable. I like the button. If this lever ever breaks, the way that the lever does is actually just pushes on that button there. Now, the manual is a little bit funny on battery modes, but basically you get the idea. Is you turn your light on. If it's solid blue, you've got at least above 90%. If you turn it on and it flashes blue, then you've got between 40 to 90%. Now, if you turn it on and it's red, that would mean you've got between 40 to 15%. And if you turn it on and it's flashing red, but it's still working, then it means you've got less than 15%. That's kind of what their manual explains. When your charging is finished, it's going to show you a blue light similar to when you first powered on. It'll be a solid blue light. So anyways, right now I've been testing it out and it is taking a charge. I'm going to demonstrate the flashlight compared to a cell phone and how I think the advertised 130 hours battery life is not very honest. So right here is the flashlight. You can see it on my beard and you just barely notice it compared to that light that's over there. Now compare that to my phone. That to this. Phone, flashlight. Phone, flashlight. To get the incredible 130-hour battery life, you have to have this thing on the moonlight mode, which is like 1 lumens, which I think is great if you're actually outside in total darkness and you don't want a super bright flashlight. Sometimes you want something that's not going to kill your night vision. You still want it to be white. So that's what I'm saying is it's not totally honest in terms of the battery life. If you notice, if you click it to just the second setting, so turn it on once, push and hold, get it to the second setting, I would say this is now brighter than my phone. And this is going to get you about 40 hours of battery life. Now, if you know what that looked like before, push and hold. Now this is medium. This will get you 15 hours of battery life, and high, which is 2.5 hours of battery life. And if you double tap it, go into turbo, which is like blinding, that's 1 minute. And then it goes into, I believe, high for 2 remaining hours. So it can get super bright for only a minute, which is actually a pretty long time. Like a lot of times you'd only need it for a minute if it was on the turbo. But I'm curious how many turbos you can do then without the battery going dead. So anyways, that's a little bit about the battery. That would be probably my biggest gripe.